According to a Wall Street Journal report that cited unnamed U.S. government officials, around 24 U.S. troops, including a special operations unit and a contingent of Marines, have been present in Taiwan for more than a year. They've been training Taiwanese forces. This is part of an effort to shore up the island nation's defenses as concern regarding potential Chinese military campaign against Taiwan looms. As per reports, U.S. special operators and support troops are conducting training for small units of Taiwan's ground forces, while the U.S. Marines are working with local maritime forces on small boat training. So technically, U.S. forces have been there even before Joe Biden took oath as president and continues to be there. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes what the presence of U.S. troops in Taiwan means for China. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by the free-to-play military vehicle combat game War Thunder. We talk a lot about military vehicles on this channel, but what about trying them out for yourself? In War Thunder, you can choose from more than 1,200 playable vehicles from the 1930s to the 1990s and go to battle on more than 80 theaters of war. You can fly aircraft, helicopters, drive tanks, and command ships of all types and sizes, which have been carefully recreated from their real-world counterparts. It's available as a free download on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. So grab your friends and give it a try. All viewers of Defense Updates that register using the link in the description below will also get a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship and 3 days of premium account time as a bonus. The Pentagon has never disclosed details about U.S. training or advising of Taiwan forces and did not specifically comment on or confirm the deployment. Pentagon spokesman John Supple said, "I don't have any comments on specific operations, engagements, or training, but I would like to highlight that our support for and defense relationship with Taiwan remains aligned against the current threat posed by the People's Republic of China." The Taiwanese Foreign and Defense Ministries declined to comment on the report. The United States is Taiwan's largest supplier of armament and has been providing training and other support for a long time now. The U.S. experts have also provided advice to the Taiwanese military on ways to strengthen the defense capability, both at a tactical and strategic level. The presence of U.S. troops in Taiwan raises the stakes to a whole new level. An invasion attempt by China could potentially result in a direct face-off with the U.S. The Global Times, which is considered to be the mouthpiece of Chinese Communist Party, stated that the United States had taken a step forward to undermine, from covertly to semi-overtly, the key conditions for the establishment of diplomatic relations between Chinese mainland and the U.S. It added that China must let both the United States and Taiwan know that they are playing with fire, and that the potential consequences of their action would be unbearable to both the U.S. and Taiwan Island. The article claimed China would be able to capture the island by force or cause the Taiwanese army to eventually surrender, and the U.S. forces would be the first to be eliminated. But as with many other things, it's easier said than done. Any casualty of American troops in Taiwan due to Chinese actions will certainly result in direct confrontation with the U.S. China reiterated calls for the United States to cut off military ties with Taiwan. Asked about the reports, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian avoided attacks on Washington, instead repeated standard Beijing talking points that the United States should recognize the high sensitivity of the issue and halt military contact with Taiwan. He said, "China will take all necessary measures to protect its sovereignty and territorial integrity. China views Taiwan as a breakaway province and wants to bring it to its fold in the future. Taiwan is currently a self-governed democracy. Though Taiwan has no formal diplomatic ties with the U.S., it remains an important ally. U.S. relation with Taiwan is governed by the Taiwan Relations Act. The Taiwan Relations Act neither confirms that the USA will intervene militarily if China invades Taiwan, nor does it relinquishes it, maintaining a strategic ambiguity. As per the Act, the United States will make available to Taiwan such defense articles and defense services in such quantity as may be necessary to enable Taiwan to maintain sufficient self-defense capabilities. Reports indicate that at least 150 Chinese jets have entered Taiwan's airspace recently, amid escalating tensions with the island nation. While the positive part is China has avoided Taiwan airspace, no shots have been fired, and there have been no close calls between Chinese and Taiwanese aircraft, the situation remains tense. Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen stated that her country will not bend to pressure amid repeated Chinese incursions into the nation's airspace. Taiwan Defense Minister Chiu Kao-cheng has said military tensions with China are at their worst in more than 40 years, and China will be capable of mounting a full-scale invasion of the democratic island by 2025. Taiwan's foreign ministry stated that Washington has reassured them that the commitment to Taiwan was rock solid. China has become increasingly assertive under Xi, who is set to secure a third 5-year term next year and is widely seen to be the country's most powerful leader since Mao Zedong. China has been using strong-arm tactics and trying to stretch thin the capabilities of Taiwan and drain its economic resources. The U.S. National Defense Strategy has mentioned China as a top security concern, and the Pentagon has been working to shift more military assets to the region to counter China's military muscle. With U.S. troops on the island, the messaging is clear. America will be with Taiwan in thick and thin. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.